What's up, guys? I'm doing the Georgia Tech 2023 football schedule prediction. So the season opener would be Louisville and Atlanta on a Friday. Well, Louisville was pretty good last year. They went 8-5. So I think that Louisville wins this game. The next game is South Carolina State. Well, South Carolina State's an FCS school, so Georgia Tech will easily have a blowout win. The next game is at Ole Miss. Well, Ole Miss were 8-5. They started off 7-0 and ended 8-5. So I think Ole Miss will win this game. Next game is at Wake Forest. Well, last year Wake Forest actually got all the way in the top 10. Then they ended up losing to Louisville. I think they had 7 turnovers. Yes, 7 turnovers in the game. So I still think that Wake Forest will win this game. Next game is Bowling Green. Well, Bowling Green's like a pretty bad team. They're in the group of 5, so I think Georgia Tech will win this game. Next game's at Miami. Last year, Georgia Tech surprisingly beat Miami when people thought they were still good, but they're not. But I still think Miami will win this game. Next game is Boston College. Well, last year, I don't know if they played, but I think Georgia Tech will win this game like a blowout. Next game is North Carolina. Well, last year, North Carolina went 9-5. They started off 9-1 and 9-5, not how they wanted to. They were potentially a playoff team, but I think that North Carolina will win this football game. Next game's at Virginia. Well, Virginia is a pretty bad team in 2022, so I think I'll have the same effect where Georgia Tech will win the football game. The next game is at Clemson. Well, Clemson, they were 11-3. They started off pretty strong, but after they lost to Notre Dame, they still won, but they lost to South Carolina and knocked them out of playoffs. But I still think Clemson will win this football game. The next game is Syracuse. Well, Syracuse is a pretty they actually started off 6-0 last year, but ended 7-6. They lost a bowl game. They just fell apart after they started off 6-0. Some people even think of them as a playoff team, but no, they think it's going to be a 2018 season when they went 10-3, but instead they got handed a 7-6 season. But I think Syracuse will win this football game. Sorry. And last game is Georgia. Well, Georgia won the national championship, so I think Georgia could potentially win it this year. So I think Georgia Tech will lose this game. So my prediction for Georgia Tech is 4-8.